Can you hear me now? It's echoing really bad though. Let me turn. I know what I have to do. Hold on. Okay. Can you hear me now? Let me see. You can hear me now? Is it echoing? Press 1 for yes and 2 for no. Is it echoing? There's no echo anymore? Thank God. Let me close the window in my room real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, cool. So hi everybody, hi. I know I haven't really been posting like that. Life has been lifing, to be honest with you. But I wanted to do something different, I guess. I wanted to do a different style of recording while still being active. And also just like sitting and chit chatting with y'all. I like to do the lives more than I honestly have been liking to do like sit down recordings and editing and blah 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 blah. It gets to be a lot after a little while. And I'm just trying to go with the flow, do things at a different speed and not feel stuck, all that different stuff, right? So if nobody has really like noticed or whatever, I took a little sabbatical. Do you want to call it sabbatical? I don't know. We can call it sabbatical. I took a little break from like social media or whatever because it was just starting to get too much. It was honestly starting to get too much, and I had a lot of like real life stuff going on. I don't know if you guys caught the they do be lit. And I actually wanted to try sharing my screen, like going on YouTube and we like live discuss like videos and stuff like that. So like I was saying, I had took a little break from I'm gonna do a little skincare routine for y'all too. Nothing too fancy. Just something to like give some variety. I don't know why I was waving my rag like that. But whatchamacallit? I don't know if y'all saw the last live or whatever, but my little date from hell, like, kind of put me in my feelings a little bit. And I know that's crazy to say. Well, not crazy to say, because at the end of the day, I am human. I'm using this, wow. I'm using this Volcanic Ash Mask. You can get it, honestly, from anywhere, from the beauty supply store, Five Below, Walmart, Amazon. So we're going to do that today. Because I put astringent on my face already this morning. Because I don't think y'all know I work at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I be up with the birds and the demons before anybody else. So, oh, thank you, Lexi. And that's where I had came up on the live because I just wanted to talk. Maybe someone's feeling the same type of way, whatever. But like, yeah, John was here for the last live. But if you missed the last live, which maybe I should make a schedule to start doing the live more often, but who knows? Who knows with me, child? And then I'm supposed to be doing another case soon. Which, full disclaimer, don't recommend me no more kids. Don't recommend me no more kid cases. After I did the case with Tsutomu Miyazaki, I literally could not sleep for a whole week. So let's what's the word? Let's venture away from kid cases. Y'all can definitely recommend me cases, but don't recommend me no kid cases, please. Please, for the sake of my mental health, please don't. But anyway, so on the last live or whatever, like, just to give an abridged version of the people who weren't here, I went on a date. I went on a date with a guy, and y'all gonna hate me or whatever, and I wasn't gonna mention it in the live, but I actually did a YouTube video about him a while back. So this guy is nobody new to me. He's the same guy that his baby mama found out about me, and she was like sending me messages and blowing up my phone at 3 o'clock in the morning. I thought it would be a pivot in my spiritual journey or whatever the fuck to give him another chance out of good graces. And that's why I'm just like, Fuck being nice. Fuck being forgiving. Do what you need to do to keep yourself sane. I'm about to go to Bath and Body Works. Okay. Let me tell you something. Bath and Body Works, they've upgraded, because I remember they used to be the same sugar sprinkle and spice perfume, and nobody used to like it, and everybody used to be like, well, damn, everybody smells the same. Well, because Bath and Body Works only sells Japanese cherry blossom and the Lunar New Year special like 3 times a year. So kudos to Bath and Body. I actually have a lot of Bath and Body stuff over here, but before I get into that, let me go get my leave-in conditioner, because I'm going to do my hair, and if time permits, I'm going to put on a wig. If time permits, you know me. Dang. Yes, they have a whole candle section. Now, one quick fact about me, I love fruity smells. I love fruity smells. I love like sweet smells. Like, I love to smell like a whole candy shop if I can. I'm using this dry shampoo from Hask. It's charcoal with citrus. It's something that I picked up honestly when I was cleaning my wigs, and I was just like, this actually works pretty good. So let me keep it. Let me keep her. Where's my other thing? Honestly, it really depends on you. I like my men to smell a little like a little bit of musk, I guess you could say. I like the whole musk smell. I have like the whole sandalwood. Sandalwood is always gonna be the #1 recommendation, because like, hello, it's sandalwood. You smell rich, you smell bougie, you look like you got an estate somewhere. I like certain tobaccos, because there's some tobaccos that smell like that rich cigar. You know, I eat caviar with Brenda, my second wife, every Tuesday. They got that kind of tobacco. I'm putting conditioner in my water. But you got that kind of tobacco, and then you got tobacco smells like an expensive backwood. So it's really up to you. But if you're looking for names, I would recommend. It's called Stone. There's another one called Marble. There's another one called Bourbon. Oh God, there's another one I actually bought from this for this boy that I was talking to, and then I'm over him. That's another story time. Y'all, do y'all know how, for whatever reason, men with kids had they hooks on me? I was literally only dating men with kids for a long period of time. Honestly, since I moved into my new apartment. Like, I would love a man with kids, and I didn't know what the big deal was about that. And then just one day I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm over this shit. I'm over dating a man with kids, because, especially the older that they get, the less available that they get. And, you know, little old ditzy people who love to see the best in people like me, they like to see that as a challenge, and they like to reform people. So I felt like I was just reforming a motherfucker when he ain't never want to be reformed. So yeah, I'm kind of over dating men with kids. I'm 28 years old, and I'm trying to lower the age range of the people that I date to, like, you know, my age or a little older, because I was actually recommended on a dating app. I was recommended to go on a dating app, and I've actually been having good luck on said dating app. So we'll see how it works out. Now I put This kiwi lime from VO5 is literally $2 at the beauty supply store. And I use this little mister. I like it because I ain't even gonna hold you. This is dead ass the same thing for the Febreze misters. Like, look how it comes out. I don't think y'all can see it, but it's like very misty. So that's what I like the most about it. So, child, I haven't even tried Facebook dating apps, and I'm honestly afraid. I'm honestly so afraid to do that because it's just like, you know, they say there's somebody for everybody. Girl, go on Facebook and do that shit. There's literally somebody for everybody. But you know what is also crazy? I actually whew. Now don't read me in my parts because, you know, I put, yeah, they real sick. They real fetishy and stuff. Now the one thing that I did tell myself I had to do before I started on these dating apps, let me get my phone. Now, the one thing I did say that I had to do before getting on these dating apps is, for one, yeah, I have. This is why I would love. Thank you, Lexi. This is honestly why I would love to like do. I don't know, have my natural hair out in a video, but Jesus be a flat iron. Like sometimes I really just don't want to deal with my hair. That's why I just put it under a wig. But my hair was really like real thin, real fragile, because I was like dyeing it every time I had a mental breakdown. So my hair was literally all over the place for one good time, for like a good long time actually. But yeah, man, don't read my parts. I don't pay that much attention to my parts because, like I said, this is about to go under a wig, so I'm not really that invested. But anyway, so one thing that I really did tell myself that I had to do before I embarked on the dating scene was, for one, I had to know my intentions with this kind of stuff, and for two, yeah, we're gonna try and do a wig today because I don't go back to work till tomorrow, so I want to try to at least get the wig on today so I can just style it while I'm working tomorrow. But like I said, we'll see. But yeah, one thing that I really had to come to terms with when it came to dating was, um, for one, recognize the patterns in dating, right? I had to recognize the patterns that I was attracted to, attracting, comfortable with when it came to dating. So, y'all know from my other videos or whatever. Oh, thank you, Lexi. You're so sweet. You are so sweet. Whatchamacallit? So I know it's as cliche as people say, when you start dating or you start getting curious about dating, you know, your parents are a big influence. No. They're a big influence on what it is that you're attracted to, the type of people that you like, you know, stuff like that. Your parents play a big role in that. Believe it or not, if not your parents, you know, your caregivers, guardians, whatever. Someone that you was looking at, eyeballing as a child, plays an influence on how you date, how you want to date, who you want to date, how often you want to date. You know, all that stuff ties into each other. So, on my healing journey, you know, insert rainbow here. On my healing journey or whatever. Now, I know somebody is going to look at this like, why she's not using no leave-in conditioner or whatever. I don't have none. I don't have none. So, that's why we doing water and conditioner and just hoping for the best. So, I don't have none. So, I also seal my hair with this Dax Indian hemp. I usually get the big container, but I was like, yeah, whatever. Let me check my battery. Okay, my battery's okay. So I started doing my own little research because I don't think I mentioned it at all on, I don't think I mentioned it at all on YouTube or whatever, but I have been going to therapy. I've been talking to a little yang yang on the side, trying to get my little mommy and daddy issues all put together and all right, all copacetic and stuff, because, I'm 28. I'm like a skip and a hop away from 30. I can't do everything that I was doing, in my 20s and going into my 30s. I'm not doing another round of a decade being the same kind of way and not trusting me and no. Right? So, let me lift this up a little bit. FYI, I don't know why I can't go into landscape. I feel like I know why, but I just don't care to go into it that far. Yes, therapy is super, super helpful. So, with all that being said, I started looking into the fundaments, whatever. I started looking into the fundaments of like the relationship I had with my mother. So, I'm talking to this therapist, telling her what's going on, giving her the spiel on my life, whatever, what have you. And, my therapist had just brought up the question of, do you think your mother is a narcissist? I was like, to be honest with you, Miss Mama Doctor, I really don't know, because, like, I don't know what it is with Black families or whatever, but when you have someone that's abusive, or you have a family member that's problematic, or you have a family member that is doing some shady shit and you don't feel like addressing it because your bills is due next week, they be like, oh, that's just how they are. You have to forgive them. You have to turn the other cheek or do the Christian thing. And I'm just like, sis, what if I wasn't Christian? Like, why is you presenting that to me and you don't even know where I stand religiously? Whatever. So, I just presented it to my doctor. I was like, I really don't know if she is or she isn't, because that kind of stuff isn't really talked about in my household. That kind of stuff wasn't talked about a lot in my house. Right. You don't have to forgive nobody. And I'm a big emphasis on that. Like, you really don't have to forgive nobody if you're not ready to, or if you don't want to. That's really up to you. Can't nobody determine where your outcome is in life, or how people have done stuff to you, or how it impacted you. You don't gotta forgive nobody if you're not ready. So anyway, the doctor recommended me to read a book or whatever. They always like to give you some little positive coping mechanisms or whatever the fuck this week. So Miss Mama Doctor recommended for me to read into this book and read about narcissistic parents. So the name of the book is It's Not You, It's Your Mother. And I literally sat there and I read that book, and it really opened my eyes up to what a narcissist is and what a narcissist does, and the trials and tribulations of a narcissist, and how to identify with one, and how to handle one, and how a narcissist will manipulate the situation to get you back in their good graces. And I was like, well, hot diggity damn, my mother is a narcissist. And it made me think about the times that I would be with my ex, and me and my ex would argue, and I would literally have mental breakdowns, and I would tell him that, it feels like I'm dating my mother. So when I sat back and I thought about all the times that I would say that to my ex, it made me think that, damn, maybe my ex was a narcissist too, Yeah, whatever happens in the house stays in the house. Next thing you know, you causing chaos in your own house. So, all that being said, it made me think about the dynamics of my relationship and where my examples were really built off of. And I was like, well, shit, I probably am dating a narcissist because my mother was a narcissist and I didn't know that's really what it was, you know? So I say all that to say, I started like looking up different people and different like walks of life and stuff. And I actually found a YouTube video from a compilation of TikToks or whatever that I wanted to bring to y'all attention. And then we discuss it later, all of that different stuff. I think I honestly want to have 2 discussions on this live, but we'll see where my mind goes with all of it after the first one. Because like I said, you know, since doing my own research and learning what I learned about my mother, it's a very jarring experience, but it's also a very liberating experience, you know? Like, I really gained insight that I know I needed to move me forward in my healing, so to speak. So anyway, I am going to put up a video and we're going to talk about it. It's all a learning experience. Yeah, it's really all a learning experience. And you know, I always say that things are generational, one, and you really learn to love from through the eyes of your parents. You know, your parents really show you how you supposed to love, how you supposed to give love, receive love, right? So when I learned all of that, what is this white? That's probably the dry shampoo. But when I learned all of this stuff from my mom or whatever, you know, I just learned how not good it was. So anyway, I'm going to put up a video and we're just going to watch a few compilations from, you know, different people on TikTok where they talk about like they breaking points in a narcissistic relationship. I know it's only a few of y'all, but if it's triggering, whatever, you know, you're welcome to pause, leave the video, come back. I'm going to be off to the side, finishing my hair, and then we'll come back and talk about it. All right? So give me 1 second. I have it pulled up. Mama just needs a second. Is this it? No. There we go. All right, I'm going to mute myself and then mute my laptop. So give me 1 second.
That was a last straw that helped you end your narcissistic relationship?
So y'all know common sense is something that I lack commonly. And I love embarrassing myself on the internet, but here y'all go. So I was dating this dude for a couple months and I ended up moving in with him. The narcissist always wants you right up under him, right? And I began to consistently get yeast infections and BV. And I knew in my mind, body, and spirit that it was because he was doing it with somebody else. But you know, narcissists are going to consistently make you feel like you're the problem and gaslight you. So months into us living together, he put his hands on me. He broke both of my phones. He broke my laptop. He let his family steal from me. But none of that was enough. The last straw for me was when I got into an argument with his ex-girlfriend. And she said, and that's why you wasn't even getting none, because your poom poom stink. Y'all, this man that was giving me yeast infections and BV had the nerve to tell her my poom poom stink.
Stitch this with something that was a last straw that helped you end your narcissistic relationship.
Baby, my edges though. But listen, the relationship was already dead, but this is how he ended up getting blocked because I was extremely disgusted. So I've said countless times that all of our arguments are because of child support. He feels like he's not supposed to be on child support, but he also doesn't feel like he should help me like he should. So one Monday, we're arguing, of course, about child support. He gets upset and starts to belittle me, and he says, "You're never gonna amount to anything. Your life is sad, and you're always gonna live with your mom." So I block him. So he proceeds to text me from a different number, calling me a clown, calling me pathetic, and of course his favorite line, "I'm gonna take you to court." Like I've said, I've been waiting 4 years for that day to come. So the next day I get a random Snapchat message. It's a video of him and some girl in the car. I don't respond. The girl texted back and was like, "Damn, look at your baby daddy." I seen question marks. And she says, "He's into me now." Okay. Then she says, "I'm gonna go suck him up real quick. Go check your blood sugar." Weird insult, but okay. Months go by and I ask him about it and he's like, "I don't know nothing about that." So you just tell random girls about my health issues?
Stitch this with something that was a last straw that helped you end your narcissistic relationship.
It was watermelon. I bought some watermelon and he ate it all. And the first time it happened, we thought it was funny. We laughed about it, haha. And I kept buying more. He kept eating it all. I mean, I'm telling you, it happened at least 40 or 50 times. And I started getting to the point where I'm like, can you just save me some? And he kept eating it all. And one day I go into the refrigerator. He's standing right there. He knows what happened. The watermelon's gone again. And I'm like, can I ask you a question? And he's like, not if you're just going to be mean about it. And I'm like, no, I genuinely want to know, like, why can't you just save me some watermelon? And he's like, I knew it. You're rude and disrespectful. And I'm like, wouldn't the rude and disrespectful thing that happened here be that you keep eating all the watermelon? Not that I have to come and ask you about it again. And that's when I realized he was a narcissist. And I asked for a divorce within a week after that.
Stitch this with something that was a last straw that helped you end your narcissistic relationship.
Oh, I've been waiting for this one. I haven't really talked about this publicly because my therapist said no. But you know what? He's still chatting shit about me, so fuck it. The reason that my ex-husband and I divorced is because he cheated on me. And when he told me I did some grimy shit too, not even gonna hold you, I apologized for my part in it, but he never took accountability for what he did. He manipulated me, gaslit me, and the last night that we were together, he physically assaulted me. But the last straw for me was a 2-for-1. I went over to my friend's house who is a married man. His wife was there, by the way. When I came back, my ex-husband was convinced that I cheated on him. I literally had to call my friend and put him on speakerphone to confirm that I was at his house. Then one time when I said I needed to stay with my father for space, he said, this is what you're gonna do? You're just gonna walk out on me? You literally just accused me of cheating on you with my married friend. And nigga, yes, I'm going to stay with my dad.
Stitch this with something that was a last straw that helped you end your narcissistic relationship.
Yeah, I just looked at him. I went back to get the D one last time, and then I peered over at his face, and I couldn't even really see why I was attracted in the first place. And I was like, is it you, Jesus? I think it was God. So I was cool after that.
Stitch this with something that was a last straw that helped you end your narcissistic relationship.
I was with this loser for 3 years, on and off. He isolated me from my friends and family. He went as far as choking me and spitting on my face, and very bizarrely made a fake Tinder profile using my images without asking me. He would interrogate me about my past, call me a slut, call me dumb, and was incredibly abusive towards me. He would constantly break up with me and try to get back together. At the time, I didn't even really see what was happening as abuse. But anyway, the very last time I saw him, the topic of the stolen generations came up in conversation. For context, I am a proud Aboriginal woman, and something he would do in particular was belittle everything that I said. I brought up the fact that Aboriginal kids are still being taken away at alarming rates. And this motherfucker says, what about white kids? And that was the moment I snapped. I went home that night and I've never spoken to him since. I blocked him on everything. I finally got away. And now I'm living my life like it's golden.
Stitch this with something that was a last straw that helped you end your narcissistic relationship.
Girl, he dropped his glasses. I'm gonna give a short version. This was a guy I had dated for 4 years, and he was my first boyfriend I ever had. So I got with him when I was only 16, and I stayed with him until I was 20. And in all 4 of the years, he was mentally abusive, emotionally abusive, physically abusive, controlling, manipulative, all of that narcissistic shit. Now, we were both in college. I had housing. He didn't have housing because he was kicked off. Me being the kind of person I am, I let him stay with me, and we were sleeping together in the twin-size bed. One night, it was raining. We got into it, and he said he's leaving to go sleep somewhere else. I had been ready to leave him for about a year at that point, but I was too soft-spoken and insecure. When he got to the place he was going, he called me and said, I dropped my glasses and I can't see without my glasses and it's raining. I need you to come help me. I said, I'm done. It's over.
Stitch this with something that was a last straw that helped you end your narcissistic relationship.
Hey y'all, Catherine here. So what was the final straw to finally make me leave my 15-year marriage to my narcissist? Well, my ex was very controlling when it came to affection. We didn't have much. But the final straw was when I had a really bad day at work. I came home, expressed my bad day, and I looked at him and said, I could really use a hug. And he looked at me and he said, you're selfish. You're selfish for asking for a hug. That was the final straw. That's when I said, no, I'm done.
Stitch this with something that was a last straw that helped you.
All right. So we basically got an idea. Everybody got a final last straw, whatever the case might be. Now, the thing that I've learned with like narcissistic relationships, by the way, Sweet Pea with the watermelon had me in stitches the first time that I saw it. I was like, watermelon, no? Watermelon? That nigga pissed you off over watermelon? A whole melon. You was ready to put them papers in like Usher. But, hi Kishwan. But I say all that to say that everybody has a breaking point in a narcissistic relationship. And the most hardest thing about a narcissistic relationship, and I only say that from experience, is that it's not easy to leave a narcissistic relationship because, you know, 1 second they love the shit out of you, the next second or whatever, you're disposable to them. The next second, they make you feel like, you know, you can't get no better. And then the very next second, they make you feel like you're the biggest influence in their world. And, you know, you just can't do nothing else without that person, you know? And, you know, in my relationship or whatever, like my long-term relationship, I don't think y'all know or remember or care, whatever the case might be. My last relationship was about 10 years. I was with him since I was 16, and I broke up with him when I was, 16, 26, 25 going on 26. That's when I broke up with him. So you learn a lot about a motherfucker in 10 years. You learn almost too much about a motherfucker in 10 years. And a lot of the signs that he was abusive and narcissistic was there. Yeah, I talk about it briefly. I don't really talk about it so much, but yeah, I was with him for 10 years, and, you know, the signs of abuse was already there because, you know, we started to get into physical fights. And, you know, the one catch with a narcissist is they're not just narcissistic. They're never just narcissistic. You know, they're either narcissistic and abusive or narcissistic and, like, you know, abusive mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually. There's different levels of abuse to it. They're either narcissistic and manipulative. They're a narcissistic gaslighter, whatever. My ex, on the other hand, was a narcissistic abuser. You know, he would purposely like make fun of me. He would like make me feel inferior to him. He would make me feel stupid. He would make me feel like everything I did was a joke. You know, he would make me feel bad because I didn't want to have sex with him. And it was just like, how are you going to make me feel bad for not wanting to have sex with you and you make fun of everything that I am and what I do and how I say stuff? That's not making no sense to me. Like, you need to pick a side on like where you want to stand with where I should stand in the situation. But anyway, you know, the signs were there. And then, you know, things started to get really emotionally manipulative. I've never talked about it on my channel, but I had a chance to go to Japan and teach. I actually had 2 chances to go over to Asia. I had a chance to go over to Japan and teach English, which, if you know me, that's like my dream. That was literally my dream amongst dreams before I had Yugi and Yuki, and before, like, you know, real life started happening. I had the chance to go, and I didn't go because my ex painted this whole picture of, oh, I don't know if we're gonna make it, and I don't know if, you know, our relationship will last with us being 13 hours apart. and you know, I'm really gonna miss you. Like, you know, playing the whole songs and violins and pianos and shit to make me feel like, damn, I don't want to lose my security at home for an opportunity that I may not enjoy when I get over there. Which I always say, I wish I could have just shook my younger self, like really just gave her a swift shaking, because can't nobody determine how your outcome in life is going to be, especially when it comes to new sceneries, new people, new experiences. And I've learned along the way that people who say stuff like that, they're afraid to lose you because they know they wasn't doing everything that they had to do to make you feel secure in your position in the relationship. So he was saying all of this stuff and making me feel bad about wanting to go. And then I didn't go. Second time, it wasn't Japan this time. I had a chance to go over to South Korea and intern in a video game design company, whatever, because I wanted to be a concept artist. I wanted to be a character design concept artist. And I had a chance to go over to South Korea and learn how to do concept art. I let that shit go because my ex was just like, same old shit. I don't know if we're gonna make it. I don't know if, you know, our relationship will last through that. I don't want to lose you. I'm afraid of losing you. You know, what if you meet someone else over there besides me? And na. And I'm just like, bro, if you were so secure in a relationship, you wouldn't be worrying about stuff like that, and you wouldn't have even presented that possibility. Yeah, I had an opportunity to go to South Korea. Yeah, man. I still draw from time to time, but during that time, I was really into drawing. Like, I was really, really in there with drawing. And, you know, I looked into scholarships and programs and, you know, foreign exchange student programs and stuff. And I had the chance to go, but I didn't. So, whatever. And not only that, like, I won't even say, like, it was all him, because a piece of me was over the relationship already. But the way that I am, which I'm starting to change from, is I'm a real ride or die. Like, I used to be a real ride or die ass bitch. Like, I would ride some shit out, good, bad, left or right, until the other person decides it's too much. And I'll just explain to y'all how that, like, it's very self-destructive, and I'll explain to y'all how. You will literally let a motherfucker take you to the whirlwind and then some. And then when they feel like their worth is compromised, then they'll let you go. That's destructive because, you know, who's to say you haven't reached your capacity yet? Who's to say, like, you know, you haven't hit your limits yet? You know, you letting somebody else determine where your limit is at. And you could have probably already been there and then some. And then you know what happens when you feel yourself being wronged on a constant basis? You start to get angry. You start to get real angry. You start to get real frustrated. Right. Like, it's never good to be in a situation where, like, okay, we gonna thug it out. We gonna do all of this stuff. I'm gonna stick with you when it's awful. And then when you realize the shit is too much for you, then you up and bounce and then leave me with all the trauma. I'm sure they walk away with trauma too, but people like that, I've learned, don't hold on to trauma for too long. It doesn't mean that they resolved from it. It just means that they haven't held on to it for a long time. Give me 1 second. My eyelash came off. So, whatever. I'm riding it out with my ex. We making the best of it, as much as the best can be. And, you know, then it started to get physical. You know, it started to get physical because, and I'll match up the timelines or whatever. I wasn't affectionate with him no more. Oh, we got 5 people in here. Hey. I wasn't affectionate with him no more. I really just didn't care for him no more because, you know, here I am in a situation that I don't want to be in. Yes, girl. Like, let me tell you something. Even if I don't do a full face of makeup, at the very least, if I'm going to sit here with all these lights and be washed out, let me at least look like I have some lashes so I don't look like Kermit the Frog. But what was I saying? You know, I didn't really care to be with him no more, and I didn't really care for the relationship no more. So not only were we not like intimate, but we weren't really getting along. Like, we would fight all the time. We would make up and break up all the time, to the point it was just like, okay, it's Wednesday, I guess we'll fight and then we'll break up and we'll get back by Saturday. You know, 2 to 3 business days type shit. Yes, girl, like Kermit. So, you know, it got to that point, and then, you know, I started talking to other people. And I always say, like, when a girl has emotionally checked out of a relationship, bro, it's over for you. Like, it's really over for you, because once the feeling is gone, like, women can be very, very ruthless. Women can be very, very ruthless. And so, for me, the relationship in my head was pretty much over. I didn't really care for him no more. I didn't really want to be with him no more. I didn't like see it for him no more. But, you know, I just didn't know how to break it off. Like, I didn't know how to break it off, and that was my fault. But even with all that being said, I don't care how bad it gets between you and a person. Like, no way does it justify them getting physical with you. No way does it justify them belittling you. No way does it justify, you know, him bringing out the worst sides of himself to bring you to the level that he's at. And that's essentially what was happening. Like, my ex wasn't the type of person to end stuff either. So we were just kind of hanging out between each other as to what it is that we want to do, which I thoroughly do not recommend. Like, listen to cousin Shea. If it's a situation that you know for a fact that you're not really invested in no more, and you know for a fact that it's only going to get worse between you and this person, because you know for a fact that you just don't see it for them no more, don't wait on the sidelines trying to see if it'll get better, because more than likely it won't get better, because your subconscious is already telling you that we need to head out. You know, your heart isn't in it no more. Everything that that person gonna do or will do or potentially does is just gonna piss you off. And the second that you emotionally check out of something, it's easier, not saying it's right, but it's easier for you to be mean, to practice infidelity. It's easier for you to just not give a fuck about the person. So before you step into that light and don't care about them no more, and don't want to mess with them no more, and don't want to, you don't respect them no more, because I'm pretty sure at that point, if you stand with somebody that you know you don't like that, you feel like you disrespecting yourself, because it's like, damn, why the fuck am I still here? Because I feel bad, you know. Like, it was one of them conversations where I felt bad, but I should have felt more bad for myself. So I stayed. I stayed and I stayed and I stayed, and that turned into 10 years. And, you know, we weren't really the best of friends when it came to all of that, because I just, you know, we already knew, like, my dude, I don't really want to be here no more. I don't really care for you no more. I don't really like the relationship no more, because I felt like it wasn't going nowhere. But the way that he decorated it, he made it seem like, you know, I'm the best thing that he's had, and I'm not going to find better. I actually had another ex like that. I literally had an ex tell me to my face that nobody was gonna love me the way that I needed to be loved, and nobody was gonna like me who I really was as a person. Like, I've had exes tell me that in my face. You know, people just be outright ruthless, you know? Hold on 1 second. Yugi! Come in here. Come in here. But, I'm gonna have to clean this wig. Damn. It's alright. I ain't doing nothing else today. After today, after I put this wig on, I'm going to... Oh! Ah! I'm going to, work on these chapters. I don't know if y'all like, urban fiction or whatever, but I write me a little something, something on Wattpad. My username is... Hold on. I'm a... Wow. Hold on. Someone remind me where I was at in the story. You know I'll forget. Battery at. Who is that? I don't know who these people are. Oh. Did it work? All right, it worked. So, thank you, Lexi. So, I put the link of my Wattpad in the group chat if anybody wants to look. But yeah, love it. Now I do have some fan fiction on there, so don't judge me, don't hold me, but it's worth a read. So anyway, with my ex relationship or whatever, I just started to see the signs that it wasn't going anywhere beneficial for the both of us. But I stayed because, you know, he made it so like he wasn't gonna be able to function without me, and a part of me was feeling like he was happy that I didn't feel as confident as I knew I did. But at the same time, when my confidence had left me, because remember, we got together in 2010. I want to say 2 years after that, when depression really started to hit me and stuff, like I started to lose my confidence and stuff. And, you know, he did what he had to do to to help me feel confident or whatever. But a part of me was feeling like he was resenting the fact that now he had to deal with somebody who was undergoing years and years of untreated, undiagnosed, whatever, you know, not acknowledged depression. So I felt like a piece of him was starting to resent me because I wasn't able to be the person I presented myself to be in the beginning of the relationship. I mentally just could not. But I still tried, and I still tried to do what I thought a good girlfriend would do. And, you know, I just felt like at a point he didn't know how to end it, so he just stuck it through, even though he didn't want to. But because he stuck it through when he didn't want to, the same thing that I had said about, you know, when you really not into nothing no more and your attitude towards the person starts to change, or you start to be even more meaner and stuff like that. Like, I felt like that was happening in the relationship, and it actually was counterproductive because not only was he being a dick, but he was being a dick and justifying it with the fact that oh, I'm just being like this because I care about you. And you know, everybody show the way that they care in different ways. I'm not holding them on that. But it's how you do stuff. It's always how you do stuff. And, you know, I really wish that I had the support that I know I have now. Family and friends alike. Because if I would have known then what I knew now, I probably would have broke up with him and just worked on myself instead of trying to balance a relationship and my depression and trying to figure out who I am and what I want to do in my life. Because remember how I told you I felt like I was dating my mother, who was a narcissist? He turned my depression into something that was my fault. He turned my depression into something that was my fault. He made me feel bad because I couldn't get out of bed, because, you know, I didn't have the energy to get out of bed. He made me feel bad that I didn't have the energy to just shower. He made me feel bad about not being able to communicate properly because, don't forget, I'm still staying with my mom. My mom is not, you know, she's not the girl who communicates, you know. So I'm just sitting there suffering in silence, and I'm thinking me being in my relationship was going to fix things or at least put a Band-Aid on it. But it was just like, no, I wasn't fulfilling his wants and wishes and what he thought his girlfriend should be. Right. They always blame the person that's going through it the most, and they have no involvement in it. That was like the key thing with my mom. My mom actually would say she wants to have a heart-to-heart, and then the heart-to-heart turns out to be, oh, you're doing this wrong and it's up to you to fix the relationship. How? I'm 6 years old. How? I'm going to put back on the video while I lay down this wig. So y'all just enjoy. I'll be right back.
To end your narcissistic relationship.
So after 7 years and a whole kid later, homie decided he needed a break. He didn't need a breakup. He didn't want a breakup. He didn't want us to be like single and like go date other people. He just wanted to take some time and figure himself out, whatever that meant. But this was after 7 years, sir. And out of 3 of those years, I have been asking you to get your shit together and take some time and figure things out. But no, you didn't want to do that. On top of that, you had infidelity issues. Your responsibilities were not in the right place. Like, I could write a whole book on the shit that I went through with this man. I could do a whole series on the shit that I went through with this man. But yeah, so that was my last straw. And I don't do breaks.
Stitch this with something that was a last straw that helped you end your narcissistic relationship.
The last night that we were together, he came home from a Memorial Day party. It was like 90 degrees outside. He wanted to take our baby daughter out there, and I was like, no, it's 90 degrees outside, and whatever. So I refused. So he comes home, drunk, angry, calling me names, this and that, whatever, yelling at me for not coming, and just everything you can possibly think of. But the last straw for me was he called me a fucking loser. And my brain was just like, this man who can't even keep a job because he's so much of a drunk is calling me a loser when I pay for all of his stuff. We were going to get married in 2 weeks. That was it. I was done.
Stitch this with something that was a last straw that helped you end your narcissistic relationship.
First and foremost, I'm going to start off by saying that this was absolutely a last straw. So I dated someone who did not tell me he had a whole bunch of kids. He waited until I was well invested to tell me that he had more children. Things got hairy very quickly. And when I went to the courts to put a restraining order on that ass, do you know what this motherfucker did? He told me the reason why he didn't want a restraining order was because he wanted to have access to my son. My son that was not biologically his. My son who has a very active dad in his life. My son whose dad was ready to go to war over someone who used to abuse the fuck out of me and still wanted to gain access to my child because he said he didn't see his kids enough and that my son filled a void for him.
Stitch this with something that was a last straw that helped you end your narcissistic relationship.
So my daughter's like 1 and some odd months, and I've been with this man for 4 years. If you watched my life story, you already know that. One day, I was feeding my daughter in the morning while he was asleep, because he was always asleep in the mornings while I was feeding my daughter. But she didn't have a high chair. And the day before that, he had thrown a huge fit about me giving her a peanut butter sandwich and letting her walk around with it because she was making a mess and it was disgusting. Of course she was making a mess. She was 1. I was going to clean it. Wasn't really an issue. Anyways, he threw a fit. So he had this adjustable plastic art table. And the way it's set up, if I put it at its lowest setting, it would slide right over her lap like a convenient TV tray. So I put her on the couch and I put the tray in front of her and I gave her her food. He came out from the room and said, "Oh, fuck no, that's my art table. She doesn't need to eat on it. That's mine, blah, blah, blah." Flipping that I used his art table to feed our child. And I was like, where else is she supposed to eat? She doesn't have a high chair. Am I supposed to make her stand like an animal to eat? Is that what you would like for a toddler? He was like, I don't know, but you don't need to use my stuff. And that kind of piled on to the fact that if any of her stuff ended up on his side of the bed or his side of the living room or his areas, he would just put all of her stuff in my areas because his areas were still sacred, but mine were not. And it really just contrasted whose child he actually felt like she was. He wanted all the rights, all the claim, all the love, all the praise for the wonderful child that he had and the wonderful way that she was growing and maturing and learning. But he wanted none of her to touch his life. Peace, dude. Peace. You're going to make...
All right. Oops. All right. So I'm back. Hi. So after watching all the videos and stuff, we all understand everybody has their own different breaking point or whatever. If anybody is curious, I didn't do it twice, but after I put the mask, I just wiped it off with a hot rag. But I usually use this astringent. And the moisturizer that you see me put on my face is Nivea Cream. I do it twice a day, once a day. It really just depends on my skin. I didn't moisturize my skin last night, so I have to put like another layer or whatever on. I don't know. But yeah, I say all that to say that everybody has different breaking points or different pivots where they're just like, you know what? This relationship ain't what it really is. But y'all saw how like the breaking point wasn't the abuse. Like the breaking point wasn't the physical violence. The breaking point wasn't like, the verbal abuse. It wasn't none of that. It was like random one-off shit like, oh, he left the butter knife on the table or fucking watermelons or, his glasses, stuff like that, For me, honestly, the breaking point in my relationship that made me realize like, my ex really just doesn't give a shit about me because, okay, we shared an apartment together. Right? But the apartment was in his name. Mistake number one. If you ever get into any kind of living situation with your significant other, partner, whatever you want to call it this week, make sure that whatever you share with that person has your name on it as well. Even if your credit is bad, whatever, have some kind of ownership in that house as well. Whether it be a bill, a utility, whether it be the rent, preferably let it be the rent. If it's the rent, let it be a car note y'all share, something where you have your name coming to a bill, to a house with a bill on it, or your name's on a bill. I should have said it like that. But have it so they ass can't kick you out. And I say that because, and I still remember it to this day, and that was literally my pivot. I'll give y'all a backstory. The day before, me and my ex got into a really bad argument, physical and everything. At that point, like I said, I was pretty much over the relationship, and I was talking to other people, and I was in school at the time. I was in school to be an ultrasound tech at the time. So, my time was pretty much booked. And, on top of that, I was still struggling with depression. I was still struggling with my mental illnesses and stuff, and I was still trying to find motivation to just get through the fucking day, long story short. So I couldn't make it to my therapist, so I had to be my own therapy for a long, long time. And I think if I can pinpoint a video, that pivot in time when things were really, really bad for me was when I had the red hair in my YouTube videos, when I had on a Nike shirt and y'all could see all the weight in my face and stuff. Like, I was doing nothing but eating, and then my doctor prescribed me like these heavy antidepressants. So I would be chilled, like I would be okay for the day, but I was eating a lot, I was sleeping a lot. Like, it got to a point where I needed these antidepressants just to get through the day living with my ex-boyfriend. And that was one point where I realized like I had had enough. But the second point where I had realized I had had enough was when the day before we got into a really bad argument. He had got my phone, and then he had went into the bathroom and locked himself in the bathroom and was literally going through all of my conversations. And the only way that I knew that was because I still had this app open on my laptop where like I was customizing my like home screen, because I used to hack my iPhone and shit back in the day. So I was like customizing my home screen, and while you customizing it or whatever, like you could see where you're going on the phone to make sure that everything is like in sync or whatever. So I see his ass going through all of my phone messages with my friends, with the person I'm talking to, with like my coworkers and stuff in the group chat. He's going through everything, call logs, Googling phone numbers, reverse searching phone numbers, all this different stuff. And the worst part about it was I could literally just sit there and wait till he got out of the bathroom. I couldn't do nothing. He wouldn't open the door. He wouldn't do anything. Like, and don't get me wrong, I knew I was wrong. I knew I was dead wrong. And I knew that, I shouldn't have been talking to nobody while I was still living with my ex. I will own that 100%. But I pay my own bill on my phone. I pay my own way on my phone. What gives you the right to take my phone, go through my phone, lock yourself in the bathroom with my phone and scroll through it at your leisure? So we was both wrong in the situation, but that was only the teeter-totter or whatever. I had when he got my phone and he was finally done going through my phone, whatever the case might be, when he walked out of the bathroom, he threw the phone at me. And it hit me in my face. and I literally had like a scar over my left eye. I already had trauma from my left eye because my mom hit me in the eye with a belt. So it used to, like, I have a weak left eye, like a weak left muscle in my left eye, whatever. But when he hit me in the face with the phone, like literally my eye would not come back into alignment. So whatever, what have you, I'm worried about that. And he just, calling me all types of names, and he's like threatening to break the lease, and me and him get into a physical argument to the point that the TV that I had when I was staying with him, it broke. Like it literally fell face forward and broke. I had a pair of glasses that he took and broke in front of me, so I had no glasses. My role in it, like he was breaking my shit, so I was trying to break his shit. I had broke PlayStation games. I was trying to break his book bag and stuff because he broke my book bag. He broke my glasses. He broke my He tried to break my phone. He had one of my diaries. Like I had a diary, whatever, that I kept with me, that I would write in between work and school and whatever, just to keep me even out. Because again, I was like already teeter-tottering into a spiral because not only am I going through shit at home, I'm trying to put myself through school as a medical student. So I'm already all over the place. So, one of my therapy sessions or whatever, we talked about my old relationships or whatever, and sending farewell letters and, revisiting the feelings that you had to understand why it was holding you back in the present. Whatever, it wasn't present tense, whatever the case might be. But nonetheless, he got my journal. He went through my journal. He saw the entries, and he actually had found my journal after I had went to work. I think he had seen it before I had went to work, but he just waited till I went to work. So I'm on my way to work. I'm in a good mood. I'm going to do overtime, whatever. I have some free time. I need some extra money, whatever. He calls my phone, and I hear in the background, I hear him like flipping pages or whatever. So I'm like, hey, what happened? So he's like flipping pages, and he's like, never mind, Shea, and then he hangs up. So I'm just like, this is weird. So I'm trying to call him, and he's not answering the phone. So I go back home because I'm like, what the fuck happened? Mind you, it's my day off, and they have overtime at my job. So I was going to do overtime at my job on my day off because I needed extra money. Now, mind you, I didn't have to work third shift. I didn't have to work third shift at the job I'm at now. I worked third shift because I knew that one, I'll be super busy, and I knew for two, if I worked third shift, it would give us like a little bit of time in the day to spend with each other, and me still trying to put in effort to save this broken ass relationship. So I was going into work to work a voluntary third shift for him to go in my journal and read my shit. So I go back home. Or whatever. I'm gonna turn this way. Yeah. So I go back home, and he has my journal. And the way that he shows me that he has my journal is he throws it at me. He throws it at me. He calls me a bitch. He'd be like, who is such and such, and da 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 da. And I won't lie to you, it looks bad. Like, it looks bad that I'm writing about somebody, but try to explain therapy to someone who doesn't even believe in depression. You're not going to get anywhere with it. So we already have tension about that. And because he threw the journal at me, I actually went to work with a black eye the next day. And I tried to put makeup over it. And I was just sitting there like, damn, I'm really like the women in the movies. Like when they go to work or whatever, they go see their friends and they putting makeup on, trying to cover their black eye. Like I literally had it all right here. And I'm not saying like I'm light skinned or whatever, but you could see a purple ass streak. Like I'm being a bootleg ass Sesshomaru in a remake of Inuyasha. Like you could see the shit on my face. So I was mad about that, but that wasn't my breaking point. That wasn't my breaking point. When all this has happened, and that wasn't the first physical fight that we had another physical fight between all of that, where we got into another fight that had the broken TV. The room was a fucking mess. Like you could literally see nothing but papers and discs and books and stuff all on the floor. Cause at that point, like I just went into a panic. I literally went into a panic. I was throwing shit. I was like blacking out. I was screaming. Like I literally felt like I had hit my mental pivot because I just didn't know what else to do but scream and holler and act like a fucking animal. So try to go to work the next day, try to go to school the next day. I'm doubling up my dosages of antidepressants because I'm on the verge of a panic attack and I just need to get through the day, you know, as best as I can, even though now that I'm thinking about it, that wasn't the way to do it. I wouldn't recommend that to nobody. But whatever, what have you, I try to get through the day, go home. He's at work. He's at work or whatever, so I won't see him till the next day. I try to get myself together for that next day, as peaceful as it is, whatever. I process it. So the next day, and this is the instance where I found out he was homophobic. The next day, because I was talking to a girl, she was like a butch or whatever. You know, the slur is dyke. I hate it, but whatever. The slur is dyke. She's a butch, whatever. And that's the person that he found out I was talking to. So he calls me, like he's at home this time, and I'm not saying nothing to him. I'm just trying to get to work. He doesn't know I'm on the verge of a panic attack because, again, I'm spaced out on antidepressants. So I'm like super neutral, like nothing really bothers me when everything is really bothering me. And, you know, he calls me out of nowhere while I'm at work because this was when I was working 6 to 2:30 in the morning. So he called me out of nowhere, and I'm just like, you know, I answer the phone because, you know, it's late. Why are you calling me? Stuff like that. And, you know, I'm at work. Something must have happened. Da, 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 da. So he calls me, and he's like, oh, you need to figure out living arrangements for you and Yugi, my dog, because I'm going to terminate the lease. Mind you, while I'm at work, taking care of a fucking customer. So I have a full-blown, like literally everything that I was holding in at that point just came spilling the fuck out. I'm hyperventilating at work. I'm like, you know, panicking. They have to pull me into a meeting. They have to like, you know, they're trying to look for like Craigslist apartments and stuff while I'm at work on the clock, you know? But that wasn't my breaking point. Not the panic attacks, not the black eye, not, you know, the verbal abuse, not the manipulation. No, that wasn't my breaking point. My breaking point was literally hamburgers, turkey burgers, whatever the case might be. He cooked, and when I came home from doing clinicals, I couldn't fix myself some food. So he cooked. We still not talking or whatever. I come home trying to figure out how to what I'm gonna make for lunch because I haven't eaten. You know, I only have 4 hours a day to get myself together, so I had to split that time between taking care of Yugi, finding something to eat, and taking a nap. So I come home from school, and I say he's sitting there with his legs kicked up, eating, you know, eating some turkey burgers and vegetables and stuff. And, you know, I asked him, I was like, hey, did you make any extra? And he was like, no, I didn't think you would be home. You know, I'd be home every day for 4 hours. But your raggedy ass couldn't save me no turkey burgers, no make nothing. But then he turned around, he was just like, oh, there's some in the fridge if you want to cook it. I'm okay, bro. I'm okay, bro. I'm done with it. So that's really where mentally I was at, where I was just like, you know what? If I gotta do this shit on my own, I might as well do it in my own space. And yeah, we had broke up while still living together. But when I moved out, that's when everything kind of just like finalized. But it really took a lot for me to realize that, you know, somebody shouldn't be so selfish when you're starting to fall apart at the seams and they know that you're falling apart about it, because, you know, it's one thing for them to like make fun of you, and it's another thing for them to like degrade you, and then it's another thing for them to make you feel guilty for suffering, you know? My ex didn't really show all the traits of narcissism that my mom did, but he showed enough to make me realize that I had to stop dating narcissists, and I had to stop with the narcissist traits. I had to stop with the narcissist romance, because ultimately in the end, and I've learned that with my mom, when you're dating a narcissist, you'll never be good enough. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much sacrifice you make, no matter whatever the case might be, you will never be good enough to a narcissist. And, you know, they'll always invalidate how you feel. They'll always invalidate your experiences. They'll make you feel crazy. They'll make you feel like you're being overly sensitive. They'll make you feel like you're being selfish. And the main thing that I learned, like, was there's a difference between being selfish, and then there's a difference between being inappropriately selfish. And there are situations where shit is just about you right now, and it's okay for you to realize, like, I need this moment to be about me. And, you know, I just never really had that moment from my mom to my ex. It was just always about what they sought to be important, or how something would benefit them. And it really did hurt me in the long run, but it helped me too. It helped me realize a lot of stuff about myself too. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with the whole conversation with narcissism. I had to realize that my ex was a narcissist, or showed narcissistic tendencies, and that my mom is a full-blown narcissist. I haven't even shared the story with y'all about how my mom forwarded the email that I sent. I made a video, whatever, but yeah, she forwarded the email that my therapist recommended me to send to her, and she forwarded to anybody's email that she had, trying to make it seem like I was degrading her character, whatever the fuck. But I want to touch on one other thing, and then I think I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all know I had to come out of retirement and talk about this whole daddy's girl thing. I honestly thought it was been over and done with. I took a break from it, honestly, because as y'all know, I am a medical professional above all else. So I have to maintain my confidentiality as much as I can, right? Can y'all leave some hearts or whatnot? So I know y'all here. I know y'all with me a little bit. A little heart, a little sparkle, a little something. Because if not, I can just save this conversation for another day. Because I know I'm already an hour in. Anybody? Okay, yay. All right, cool. So we'll just keep talking about it. So whatever would have you, y'all know what the daddy's girls or whatever. Like, that whole shit was going on. Everything was crazy. I did my little videos about it. My love bug Kiva, she has a whole series about it. But, you know, above all else, I am a medical professional, right? So I have to maintain my confidentiality to make sure that my medical license isn't compromised. So, hi, Arena. So, whatever what have you, when I had did the Daddy's Girls video, everybody was coming out the woodwork calling me everything but a child of God. And then, not only that, but I was starting to notice, because, you know, y'all know I did fraud or whatever. So I know how to find a bitch if I really want to. So I just started finding out, like, through reverse searches or whatever, that people was really trying to integrate my real life into my YouTube life. So I was like, this is not looking too copacetic, Miss Mamas. So I had to take a break. Like, literally, I saw my video on a video that Bunny did, and I saw like a little video with Angela where it had my clip in there, and I'm like, oh, this is not the kind of attention that mamas want. So I'm not gonna say I back down, because at the end of the day, they're not gonna beat my ass, need be. But it was just like, that wasn't the kind of attention that I wanted, considering I have a medical license that I always have to think about when I'm doing these kind of videos, you know? But I came out of retirement really quickly because my love from above, Kiva, aka Come Get This Commentary, she had put up a video where Bunny was on the live under Michaela's account, and Bunny had ended up sending her $1,800 for a private Zoom. And I was like, bitch, what? $1,800? You gave somebody your rent money? Oh, my heart had hurt immensely, expeditiously, you know? So I had just wanted to just share with you guys everything that was going on. Yep, they still crazy. They still doing the thing, you know? I don't even know what to call it. But yeah, they still doing it. So I wanted to share with y'all the video with Angela, and she's actually threatening Bunny, saying she'll slap her. She's talking down on her. And I don't know if y'all remember, but literally back in the day, like, Angela used to be real, like, low-key, tee-hee-hee with the girls. But now it's just like she don't give a damn. So we're going to watch it real quick, and then we're going to discuss it, and then that will be the end of my live for today. Just give me 1 second. Just a quick question while I do have y'all. Like, what kind of videos would y'all want me to, like, do more of? Like, would y'all like me to do, like, more lives? Would y'all like me to go back to the videos? Oh, thank you, John. Thank you, Lexi. But let me know, like, what kind of videos would y'all want me to do? I still have to sit down and do a case for my other channel, Shea. That's where I do true crime channel videos at. So just let me know. I honestly feel like I will probably just do live streams on the SHEABAE channel, and just I kind of want to focus more on the true crime channel, but we'll see. Wig tutorial, makeup and advice. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, Lexi. That's why I was trying to whatchamacallit, get used to doing my wigs more on live. And I actually need more wigs to do. No, I just bent over, Daddy. I be forgetting I can do that. Okay, so I have the video ready. And I'm going to let you guys watch it organically. I'm gonna watch it with y'all while I get these baby hairs situated, and we'll talk about it. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute myself. I hope y'all enjoy it. If y'all do want this little glow or whatever coming from my moisturizer, I have on no makeup. I look like a child right now, but anyway. This one, Nivea cream, really, really good. It is on the thicker side. I have the lotion version of it, but the blue. If you get the blue, that's the thicker one. So I like that one because mama's skin be a little dry sometimes. But if y'all want that glow that I have, then yeah, get this one. So give me 1 second. Now, I don't know if I told y'all, but I was really, really very much into Korean skincare at one point. So I do still have, not like originally, but I still buy the Mizon all-in-one snail repair cream. I'll even show y'all like how it looks. Like it's very loose. Very loose. Yeah. It's very, very good. And it's very light too. And this is how it moisturizes on your skin. Really light. I like it. I use it more so in the winter time though. I don't use it like, not in the winter time, in the summertime. Since it's still a little breezy down here in Florida, I have to use a thicker one. But enough of my rambling. We're gonna get to the video.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome.
Real quick, if y'all want to watch this on your own, the guy's channel that I'm referencing to watch the video is O'Neal TV. So y'all can watch him on your own time. Real quick, because I said this in Kiva's live stream when I watched it with her. But I'm sorry, but Angela is like transversing into like a Final Fantasy villain and Lil Fizz, and I don't know how to feel about it. I just had to bring that out. Like it's bothering me. Like to my soul, it's bothering me. Okay, that's it. That's it.
To the channel. Make sure y'all smash that like, that subscribe button, notification bell, all that good stuff. Hope you're having a good morning, man. Alright, so this is another update on that TikTok called Daddy Girls, the cult leader of Angela. So basically last night, some people been sending me the live that happened last night on TikTok. So basically she threatened to slap Bunny, all types of craziness. And this ain't the first time, so I'm gonna let y'all watch the full clips of this. You know, so I ain't staying up too long, but a little bit that I did catch, you know, it's a little update for y'all to enjoy. And you can tell, you know, so you can tell that Bunny was embarrassed by the way she was looking at her on live. Like, you really.
I said it's honestly perfect that you're listening to Kevin Gates because I'm really your trap girl.
You really a trap girl?
I'm your trap girl.
With that hijab on?
Look, like I be telling folks, don't let the hijab fool you.
Oh, Lord.
I came up out the mud.
That was getting the same size bottle though.
But see, I have two of them.
Damn. Now, did you ask me to get two?
Well, that in my defense,
if I slap you twice, you'll know yourself.
In my defense, you told me to get a big bottle, but they didn't have a big bottle. So, like the way my math was mathing, if I got two little bottles, that was the equivalent to one big bottle. Daddy, you have like your accent is kind of like somebody who from a city that moved to the country.
They said by accident you saw. I just saw him just slow.
Never. May I put my head down, Daddy?
No, look straight at me.
Whew.
About that.
It just gave me butterflies. My heart just fluttered a little bit. I laughed it actually. Like, because normally when I pray, like I get on my knees and I put my head down, and when I look up, I look at my tapestry.
You can get on your knees any day.
I mean, can't do that on live though.
No, we can't.
No, I can't.
But continue with your prayer.
Yes, Daddy.
Thank you.
My God, I just want to thank you for allowing me to wake up every morning and watching over me as I sleep every night. I want to say thank you for
Come closer to the camera, Mama.
I want to say thank you for breathing life into me every day. And I want to say thank you for watching.
Okay, I just had to chime in real quick. I'm not sure if you guys could hear it, but yeah, like I'm just not understanding how. First of all, Angela is virtual, and from my understanding, that like Bunny, I don't know if Bunny still stay with her, and I don't know if Bunny still live with her. I'm not invested in him no more. But it's just like at the end of the day, no amount of long distance relationship and no amount of virtual dick, whether it be plastic or flesh, ain't no amount of like nothing is gonna make me feel like I deserve to get degraded the way that Angela did Bunny. Like, and I always say this because I always like to watch people's social media development, whatever the case might be. I like to watch them, you know, either progress or regress. I ain't even gonna hold y'all and say I don't watch people downfall too. But it's really the fact that you could tell Bunny is not the same confident, feisty individual as she was when she first was like doing this whole daddy's girl thing. I won't even hold y'all. Sweetie looks defeated. She looks outright defeated. She looks tired. And then from my understanding, allegedly, because I can't confirm it yet, I mean, if I do my research or whatever, I'll probably be able to confirm it. But Bunny had went to Angela, allegedly, and let Angela cut her hair off. I wish a bitch would. I wish a bitch would. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And that stresses me out so much. Like, how you just gonna let somebody allegedly cut all your hair off? All the hair that you worked for? I feel like in my spirit and soul and mind and pinky toe, I really feel like Angela is jealous of Bunny. I really feel like Angela is jealous of Bunny. And I really feel like she's demeaning and degrading and defacing her as a person, you know, as a woman altogether, because there's some real deep insecurity with Angela. Because I always say, ain't no way a confident bitch gonna tear you down like that and sleep at night. Like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. That's my little tidbit. Let's keep watching.
Wow. I went away for a moment. I had a minute. It's
Dang, the motorcycle twice. Thank you so much.
no, I just bent over, Daddy.
More power in the way. I got my mind.
I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna find another video for y'all. Oh, and Bella is back in the group. Bella is back with the Daddy's girls. She gonna go and get another tattoo after covering up the original tattoo. She's yeah, she's finna get it again. She finna get another whole ass tattoo. Alright, hold on. I can't find the other video, but we'll watch. Oh no, here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. Ooh. What happened?
But why is that? Why is that funny to me? That's hilarious.
I don't understand it though.
You're talking about we laughing about a murder. Because I'm laughing
about murder.
But we laughing about the same thing, but they don't know what we laughing at.
Okay.
Whew, Lord. Okay, that was weird.
What?
It jumped from 42 viewers to 500 literally in a second.
That's strange.
Okay.
They said Bunny not even laughing for real.
No, I'm laughing. Daddy know me. Daddy know me better than I know myself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Daddy. You can now? Can you hear me?
What happened to Grandma? She's still alive?
I don't know. She didn't want to come play with us.
She's soaking her dentures.
We just wanted to play.
Hypnotic. Who are you?
You a vodka? Cognac?
And tropical fruit juices. Oh God! Listen
Daddy.
here.
Evil twin, evil twin.
Now let's get the same size bottle though.
But see, I have two of them.
Damn. Did you ask me to get two?
Well, in my
If I
defense,
slap you twice, you'll know yourself.
in my defense, you told me to get a big bottle, but they didn't have a big bottle. So, like the way my math was mathing, if I got 2 little bottles, that was the equivalent to 1 big bottle.
Did I tell you to do some math and shit on the shit? No, the fuck I didn't. I'm not laughing, Bunny.
No, Daddy, you didn't. But
real quick, y'all had peeped that, right? Like you saw how at first it was like all tee-hee, and then like Angela called herself checking money. I didn't like that shit at all. Like it really upset me. Like not even to be funny or nothing. Like it really did upset me because it's like how you gonna sit here and let this man. She won't. Child, let me slow it down. That she want to be this so-called dom, but the gag about it is, and I'll probably do a video about that on my experience, but doms don't act like this. Don't get the game fucked up. Doms don't act like that. There's like such a high level of respect between subs and doms that this ain't it. This ain't it, bro. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself again.
they didn't have a big bottle.
Make an incredible hawk with Henny. I don't think it's bad nothing.
What you said, Abby?
Just want to make an incredible hawk with a Henny.
No. That is not for me.
Like, you went to really go buy 2 bottles. You not tell me that.
I only got the 2 little bottles because you told me to get the 1 big bottle, but they were out of the big bottles, Daddy.
So you did the math and just did it up like that? On
Yes,
your own,
Daddy.
your lonely.
It's like technically it's still not as much as it was in the big bottle.
That's your defense.
I'm trying here. I'm trying.
Bye, Lexi. It was good having you. Once I figure out a good time to upload, I'll put a schedule up or something. But enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
I don't want you to be mad. I just got the 2 little bottles because they didn't have the
You
big
just stop telling me that, literally.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
You just out here just equivalent and math and shit. But 2 fucking little bottles equal up to the big one. Still didn't even equal up to the fucking big one. You don't make sense to me. It's my shit, okay? You bought 2 of these boys and you finished both of them?
Yes, Daddy.
You goofy as hell.
Yes, Daddy.
You okay in the brain? You not passed out? I've been passed out. I drank 2 of them. You just be staring at those. The fuck you got to say, huh?
I be looking at you and I be getting lost. Like,
Lost where?
Do you see you?
I see me.
No, I see you too. But I don't think you see you how I see you. And when I see you, I see. I don't even know if I can say this on live. I might make some people mad, and I'm not trying to do that. Let's just use our telekinesis, Daddy. Read my.
You really want to zoom on me tomorrow?
Yes, Daddy, please.
Oh. You be just. I don't know.
Please, Daddy. Okay, so how about this? How about if I pay double?
You that's what the zoom on me?
Yes. I miss you.
You tripping, bro. She that desperate. The fuck?
I send you 1,800 right now.
Huh?
I send you 1,800 right now. What you say, Daddy? I couldn't hear you.
You probably ain't even got the shit, just lying and shit for the camera.
I'll send it to you right now.
Being weird, bro. Stop lying. But you ain't gotta do that shit for real.
Daddy, I'm being serious. I'll send you 1,800 right now. I want to see you, please.
It'd be the taxes. Text time. She don't do this shit on the regular. She can't even pay for 2. What the fuck you talking about? Take that money. Y'all don't understand. It's not even about money. I got money. She's just annoying as fuck, bro. You're just annoying, bro. Let me grab some water. You just irritating.
Please. Please say yes.
I'ma just say this, like, Bunny, you are a grown ass woman talking about please. Please take my money. Please let me pay you. Like, that is what? Please take my tax money. What? Please, let's have a Zoom meeting. Like, this is my job. What? I don't care how somebody had me so twisted to the point that I'm paying for Zoom meetings with you. Like, what? What? I don't understand.
Please say yes, Daddy. You're doing too much. Please say yes. You're doing too much money. I'll cash up you right now.
Right, John. Take my PPP
Okay, so
loan.
how about this? How about I cash up you anyway, and then you decide tomorrow if you want to see me or not.
Bunny, stop being weird. Why are you doing this weird shit? You ain't even got 1,800, bro.
Can I leave out for a second, Daddy, please?
To do what?
Just please say yes.
You got $1,800? That's your whole tax
I'm about
refund.
to
What are you talking about?
That's not my whole tax return, but I can cash up you right now. Please say yes. Please, Daddy.
Go ahead, buddy.
I had told myself she ain't got no grown lady bills. Because someone who got rent and car note and all that different good stuff, we not finna fork over $1,800 just because. Ain't no love don't pay bills. I've said this in plenty of videos. Love do not pay bills.
Come back, Daddy. Please say yes.
Yo. Okay.
I miss you, Daddy. I miss you.
She sound like she about the whole ass crowd up. She sound like she finna boo-hoo cry over this girl.
You really just that shit's a
Yeah, I did.
She really sound like she is about to break down in tears for this girl.
6 hours?
No, for 3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those 2 bottles definitely got to her.
I said I would pay double.
You really said that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I got you.
Thank you, Daddy.
You crazy as fuck.
For you, absolutely.
They said that's triple.
No, it's not, because on Saturdays, which tomorrow is Saturday, it's $300 an hour. So 3 hours would be $900. Double is $1,800. I've been drinking, but I'm not stupid, y'all. I can math. Like Daddy told you 40 minutes ago that Saturdays is $300 an hour.
They said, what kind of D you slinging?
She working with a monster, that's for sure.
You crazy as fuck, bro.
For you? Absolutely.
The comments is taking me the fuck out. I don't know if y'all can see it, but literally, someone said she working with plastic. And then someone said, let me get a coat. Oh, shit.
I didn't think you had shit, bro. No cap.
Then, you know, one thing that I don't do, especially to you, is BS and lie. I meant that.
I know, but you being different tonight.
It might be hypnotic. Who are you? You about to get me in some. I can't.
So, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty much what's going on. I hope y'all enjoyed the live. I'm about to go take care of my other adult responsibilities, all that different stuff. I hope y'all enjoyed the live. I should be back soon, but I just wanted to show y'all like a more recent up to date of what's going on. I know I didn't give really a reaction, but I mean at this point it's just like it's sad. Like it's really, really sad. I just can't believe girls is really doing all of that. And you know, I feel like Angela knows who exactly she's doing the shit to, because I can almost guarantee you that she wouldn't do that to somebody who really know themselves and know what they're worth, because it's just no amount. Thank you. It's no amount. Like it's really no amount of. Oh, thank you, John. It's no amount of virtual strap in the world that's gonna make me look like a fool like that. Not online, not in front of my friends and family, where they can Google me later on. Like, But I hope y'all enjoyed today's live. I'm gonna go walk my baby. Oh, he's actually here. Wants to make a guest appearance. Say hi, Booby. Say hi, Yugi. So I'm gonna go take care of my baby, and then I'm going to update the chapters in my story. So if y'all wanna catch me there, I'm usually there. I did take a sabbatical from all social media, so really the only place to find me is Twitter. It's Twitter/Amore Dynasty. The page is private, so I'm gonna have to approve you. Here on YouTube, on my other YouTube channel, Shea Amore, and on my Wattpad. I hit myself so hard. But I'm gonna leave all of that in. I'm actually gonna leave it on my community tab, so y'all can just see everything of where I'm at. And I think that's it. I'm glad y'all came in and stopped by. I know this is a random time, but I wanted to see. Oh, that's cute. I am actually allergic to dogs, so I have to get the little bougie dogs with hair. So that's Yugi. He's an old man now. He's gonna be like 9. So that's my baby. But I will let y'all go. I really enjoyed y'all company. Hope y'all have a good day, and I hope y'all have a good week. Talk to y'all later. Bye.